Okay, but the first person up on the list is Garrett Morgan. Okay, Garrett Morgan was born on March 1st, 1877, and he was born in Paris, Kentucky in 1877. And this guy here, he only went to the 6th grade. He only went to the 6th grade, but he had a mind of a genius. Garrett Morgan became a very famous black entrepreneur, inventor, and businessman, I must say. Now, he only went to the 6th grade, but by the time that he was 18, he relocated. He relocated and left Kentucky and ended up in Cincinnati, Ohio. And when he got to Cincinnati, Ohio, he ended up working a job at sewing factories. So what he did after years of being at sewing factories, he found a way of how to make the sewing machine better than what it was. So whoever it was that made the previous one, a black mind made a better one. In 1909, after making these sewing machines, okay, and coming up with the patent for it, he ended up opening up a tailoring business and became a very, very, very successful man. Black man, but just not from tailoring and sewing machines. Also, hair straightener. See, I don't have any right now, but I did back in the day. For those who knew me back in the day, I used to have hair coming all the way down to my shoulders. That's for you who know me and know who I am. He made this hair straightener. And how did he come up with the idea for this chemical hair straightener? Well, him and his wife, who was also a seamstress, a professional seamstress, and she had a little bit of money. But anyway, he got married to her, and they were actually sewing some material for a client one day, and the material got scorched by the needle. And he ended up making a solution to soften up the material so that it would go through the fabric a little bit smoother. So what he did to test his theory further, after he found out what it did, he went to his neighbor, and his neighbor had a dog, and he applied some of that chemical product on the hair of the dog. And to his thinking, he came out with a positive result that also made him more rich and more famous. And that was this chemical actually straightened the hair on the dog. But not only that did it straighten the hair on the dog, he actually put the chemical on his own head after he saw the results of the dog, and then sold that to the black people. Okay, so in a way, I guess that's good, and I guess that's where it's bad, you know. But if you hate yourself, Garrett Morgan was the man to see, okay? He was the man to see if you hated your nappy hair. In 1914, he developed the gas mask. That's right. In fact, it was actual prototype for the World War I soldiers. That's right. They paid him for that too. The government. A black man who didn't even go to the 7th grade or 8th grade, only went to the 6th grade. But in 1916, something happened. Something happened over in Ohio, and the city was actually working on a project in a tunnel that they were trying to get fresh water from the lake. So they was working out their water system. seeing where they can get more water. But anyway, a accident occurred, and city workers ended up being stuck, and an explosion had occurred as well. And Mr. Morgan, along with his brother, actually went down and saved some people that were in that situation. And they never did get any credit for that. But what happened is this. After they found out that he was a black man and he had made this gas mask, his business in sewing went down. No one wants to sponsor the business of the black man after the black man comes up with a gas mask that saved the lives of white people. That's why they hate you so much, because they can't be you. But anyway, moving it right along, let's speed this up to 1923. 1923, this man came up with the traffic light, stop and go, red, yellow, green. Garrett Morgan. Now, what would you have done without the stoplight? By the way, he sold that patent to GE for $40,000. $40,000 back then is equivalent to $594,000 and some change. So let's just say $595,000. That's what, and who owns GE? What's his name? The same guy that owns Chase Bank. JP Morgan. JP Morgan. The Morgan family. Yeah. I'm just saying. You see what happens when you are not distracted by drugs, by cocaine, by heroin, by mollies. And we have to take some responsibility, black man and black woman. We really do. And not pull ourselves back up from our bootstraps. No, no. Pull ourselves up from here. But in order to do that, you have to remove the plantation way of thinking.